welcome everyone to Michie Stadium, home of the Army Black Knights. As we'll see a squad from the American, the Florida Atlantic Owls, taking on a team that ranks in the top 5 in this conference, the Army Black Knights. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth, as always, by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's tee this one up. Florida Atlantic about to put toe to leather and get this thing started. Here's the return from inside his 10. And the return man showing great vision to be able to find some space and put his team in much better field position. So Army's offense will get the ball first. Every team has impact players. What traits are you looking for when it comes to players who can make an impact, David?
Well, obviously, you want the main things, right? Speed, physicality, like all power, all those things are really, really good. But you also need guys that will hold people accountable, guys that will lead. And it's nice to have those guys on your team. They're the leaders of the team, and they're the best players.
And part of the reason why they're leaders is because these guys galvanize their teammates, right? We've seen time and time again, these dudes make plays, and it just sparks the sideline. It sparks the coaching staff. It sparks the fans. They're special players, and they all have to play well today.
The offense will put it in play from the 47 on 1st and 10. The give to the single back. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. Wants to go up top. And it'll be incomplete. This is some physical pass defense.
And the big tight end, a lot of times that's a bigger strike zone, a bigger dude, and you could tell they put the hit on him, and that ball came out, and it came to the turf. Nice job playing physical by this defense.
Now facing a 3rd and long. Wide receiver comes in motion. The give to the back. Fights off a defender. They'll make the stop about 3 yards short of the 1st down.
At the 47, offense facing 4th down.
This offense wants to establish an aggressive identity. They'll go for it on 4th down. Complete and looking for enough for the 1st down. He's not going to get there. Stopped short on 4th down. The Owls offense will go to work for the first time. And they are coming off a sensational performance led by this quarterback who's hoping he can build on things, Jesse.
Well, I know, having played the position, when you have a big game, you just can't wait to get back out there again and build on that performance. David, last time out, he was making the right reads. He showed off his arm talent. He had this offense moving up and down the field and finding the end zone. And you know he's excited to take on this defense today.
Yeah, and talking to the defensive coordinators coming into this football game, like, they're not going to do what happened last week. Like, you can't sit back and make the coverages easy for him to diagnose. He'll pick you apart like he did last week. Look for some change-ups and some curveballs for this defense.
Got the quick pass. Florida Atlantic trying to get back on the ball. On 3rd and short, they'll try to convert through the air. Fires deep on the run. Makes the grab, gets the foot down, just precision execution on that big play. And the Owls come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Defense loves to show heat and try to confuse the quarterback. They're looking to pass from the red zone. Touchdown, Florida Atlantic. Snagged in the end zone to give them 6. timing and better execution. That is just what a quarterback and wide receiver need.
And it's timing, it's route running, right? You got to be precise. You got to know exactly what yard you're running to. The quarterback, receiver on the same page. That's why you get the touchdown.
Setting up for the extra point after the first score of the game. And with the extra point, they get the first 7 of the game. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Army has it back in the offense, ready to go. They've taken a couple of punches to the jaw, and now they'll try to get this offense going down a couple of touchdowns. Off the play fake on first down to throw.
Oh my God.
Intercepted for the 11th time. He couldn't quite get loose on that return, but he'd already made the play, and they've got it at the 35.
And some defensive backs just have a way of finding the football, and he's starting to develop that. His 3rd interception on the season, just has a good feel for playing that spot in the back end.
Great place to start for this offense. With the catch, it's Hawkins. Good pickup, a little bit short of the sticks. The Owls can really attack on this 2nd and short. They'll leave it with him. They make the stop, but he'll have enough yardage for a first down.
It's not a flashy play call, but that is exactly what it was designed to do. Get 2 yards, get the first down.
From the 25-yard line, it's 1st and 10. Motion from the wideout. Grab behind the line. It's Ridley. Got the completion, but nowhere to go as that defense reacted quickly.
He was not fooled on that one. You know, a lot of times you want to buy space, and you throw this route really when it's off coverage. But you could tell the cornerback was up, ready to come, pounce on that screen, and get the tackle for a loss.
He'll pull it down. Oh, he's got some space. Nifty little scamper on this one. Enough for the first down, and he slides in safely. And the Owls want to crank the tempo. Looking to throw on first down. Escapes trouble. The Owls now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. They'll go to work in the air on 2nd down. Quickly complete. That one takes it down to the 13-yard line. It'll be 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. They get enough rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. And they'll have to settle for a field goal try. They pick the spot. It's going to be about a 37-yard attempt. It is perfect. And that will extend their lead even further.
And that's not the way they wanted to end the drive, but nice job being ready and your field goal kicker coming through and putting 3 points on the board.
So after the made field goal, they'll kick it away and rely on their defense. He'll bring it out from inside his own 10. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. The Cadets have it back as Army goes back on offense. Well, the good news about this drive, Jesse, it can't go worse than last time through a pick on the first play.
No, it certainly can't. I think one good way, David, to help your quarterback turn the page is just find him an easy completion here.
There he goes. Got the first down and still on his feet. And he's brought down after a nice gain. They'll put it in play from the 27, first down. Right back to the well. And how about the work up front by that big defensive line?
Goodness, that happened fast. He was in the backfield before the ball was even snapped.
Oh, man, adrenaline pumping, heart beating a little faster. There is some intensity on that one. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Pocket breaking down. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Third down conversions, always a huge stat, and they've got a 3rd and long from the 27. From the gun, wants to pass. Snagged in the middle, it's Williams. And boy, is he close to that first down, maybe just a couple of inches short. Tries to get it on the ground. To the 43-yard line and a first down for this offense. And the Black Knights want to move quickly.
And 4th and inches for me is a green light anywhere on the field. I'm going to run the football. I'm going to be physical. I'm going to go to my play. I know I can get it. I like the play call on 4th and inches to go for it.
Might as well give it to him again. Good pickup on that play. It'll bring up 2nd and 4.
And after a successful run like that on first down, if you're the offensive coordinator here, maybe you're thinking about being aggressive and potentially taking a shot, because even if it's incomplete now on 2nd, you only have a short amount of yards to go here on 3rd.
Gonna swing it on 2nd down. The quick out. He steps out of bounds, but it will be enough for a first down.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense catching the football.
The Black Knights will snap it on 1st and 10. Wants to throw on first down. Makes the grab on the left. He works his way inside the 30 down to the 29 and picks up a first down.
You know, and that's why this guy can play 1st, 2nd, and 3rd down. You've already seen him earlier in the drive rip off some nice runs, but he can catch the football as well. And they're going to find ways to get him going in all sorts of ways, but you're seeing it specifically on this drive.
Grabbed in the middle. It's Sharp. Found a little bit of room to operate, but he'll be stopped just short of the first down.
Yeah, this is simple pitch and catch. Quarterback and wide receiver have done this 4 million times in the offseason. He catches, waits for him to take a couple steps, boom, fires it right on his chest. They can complete this probably with their eyes closed. They've ran this route so many times together.
And guys, Florida Atlantic is on top. Came out and jumped on them early in the first. Let's take a break and look at the first quarter stats. Just about ready to get things started here in the second. We'll see if they continue to flex that muscle. So they'll go back to work after changing into the field. Calls his own number. He's dragged down at the 12 as they try to cash in on this red zone opportunity.
And that quarterback can go. Just another guy in another system all across college football. All quarterbacks nowadays, they got so much speed, it's ridiculous.
Man, I'm telling you, that has to be exhausting for the defensive lineman trying to chase down guys like that.
It's silly because even when it's a design play and it's a design run like here, fine. But then it's scramble plays and then it's passing plays. He's always a runner, just exhausting.
Here comes a third down situation, and the defense hasn't been able to slow them down. From the gun, wants to pass. He's got it on the move. And he'll haul it in and take it to the end zone. Touchdown, Army! That drive was what every father wants his daughter's romances to be like. Slow, take your time, drain the clock, no hurry at all.
Sometimes love is a slow burn, and that's what we just saw on that last drive. I am so impressed with the execution, and I love their ability to run the football. These players, they're coached up. They're coming out here, and they are executing exactly how their coaches prepared them to do in this game.
No shot to return that one as he boomed it out of the back of the end zone. The Florida Atlantic offense will return to the field. They've got the lead here. Last time they settled for a field goal, but David got to find that balance between being aggressive and careful.
Man, I think they'll take that. I got the lead, Palmer. I got the football. I got to take care of the football, put a nice drive together, and just get some kind of points on this drive.
No doubt. Lots to be happy about right now if you're this team. I think for this one, though, on this drive, it's about finding the one-on-one matchups that are in your favor and then exploiting them.
Ripping off a pretty good chunk of yardage. They've got it out to the 41 with a first down. To the air on first down. And he'll chuck that one away and save the down. Nobody was able to get open.
And finally, this quarterback looks human for one play. He has been lights out up to this point. Very accurate, making good decisions in a beautiful rhythm, and finally throws his first incompletion of the game.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. Looking to fire. Got his man on the right. Defense caught out of position, and they get him down finally at the 38.
And I don't know if this defense knows what just hit them, because they gave up the completion, they gave up a first down, and now here's the offense back up at the line of scrimmage again, going tempo.
Looking to throw on first down. Catch in the middle, it's Collins. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain. Florida Atlantic gets to the line quickly. The play action fake. Pass is incomplete, but there is a flag, and the D might have been a little too rough on the quarterback there. You just can't hit the quarterback like that. That is a dumb play, and the defender got caught red-handed. The offense will gladly take a fresh set of downs after the penalty. From the gun to give, looking for room. He's wrestled to the ground right at the 15-yard line, and a big red zone opportunity here. To the air on second down. Rushes on him. And he gets it just beyond the line of scrimmage before he gets down. Timeout is called, and it's the defense wanting to make sure that everyone's on the same page for this big down. And the Owls come to the line on third and short, trying to convert here. On third and short, trying to impose their will and move the chains. Gets it inside the 5, and now it'll be first and goal from the 4.
Nice job by this offense converting the third down. Listen, third and short, they know you're going to run the football, and they still did a great job being physical. Third downs has been such a struggle for this offense. Bottom 50, one of the worst in college football. Nice job on that play.
And he gets it back to the 4-yard line. No farther than that. No gain on the play.
And listen, it's tough. It's a tough proposition. This is a top 10 defense against the run. You know they're physical. You know who they are. But you're not going to bat an eye. And you're going to challenge your guys, especially in the red zone, to be more physical, to be able to continue to run the football.
And it's a touchdown. It is also a play in which there is a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is. That is a costly mistake as the penalty wipes the touchdown off the board. Now it's 3rd and goal. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. Let's see what the offense dials up on 3rd and goal. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires to the end zone. Oh, and he dropped it. He had a touchdown right in his hands and couldn't hang on. It'll be 4th down. They'll try to put 3 on the board as the field goal unit comes on. It's good, and that was dead solid perfect. The lead now 6 here in the 2nd. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Guys, wanted to give you a quick update on a game happening in the Big 12. BYU is currently trailing, but this has been a back-and-forth affair. If that quarterback can find a little magic a la Ty Detmer, this might not be over just yet. They're trailing by just 4 to Arizona. We'll keep you updated as this one goes forward, as this could shake up the Big 12 race significantly.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Single back formation, and they give it to him. Got enough for the 1st down. Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line. The Black Knights can do it on the ground with a Mr. Inside or Mr. Outside. They just love to run it.
They'll do it however way you want it. Whether it's inside and they're going to give the first one or they're going to run the option off it, you're going to get a steady dose of running the football. They will check to see how physical you want to be in a football game.
Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Back to pass. He's moving out of the pocket. That's reeled in. It's Williams. On the move at the 30. And they are finding some space in this defense. He's got it down to the 25.
And the quarterback knew exactly where he wanted to go with the football, had time, spins the ball deep. Nice job by this offense, understanding what the defense is giving them and creating the explosive play.
And the Black Knights getting set on 1st and 10. Finds a little bit of room. Give him a couple down to the 23. After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line 2nd and 7. Wants to go up top. Makes the grab. They'll spot the ball at the 12 after that completion.
The defense needs to have a plan for this guy. They weren't ready for that one. Drag route running all the way across the field. The DB just can't stay with them because of his speed, and as a result, they give up a big one.
Whistle blows, and this is the 2-minute timeout, and these guys have a chance to take the lead before halftime. Now down to the 12-yard line. It's 1st down. They'll try to pop the draw. He never had a chance on the draw. Tackled almost as soon as he got the ball.
You know, you got to be careful when you're running the draw play because you're hoping those defensive ends get way up the field, thinking it's pass. Didn't happen that time, and the defense was able to get a negative play.
One back in the backfield. He gets the carry. And the defense makes the tackle, but not before. He gets down to the 2.
And I love this because you got 2nd and really, really low. And what's the idea of the offensive coordinator? Get 3rd and manageable. Nice job getting the run, not only a positive run. Shoot, you almost got the 1st down. Now you're set up for good success on 3rd down.
They'll turn to the Wildcat to keep this drive alive. Snap to the back. They'll get him stopped just short of the end zone, but they're in business here with a 1st down. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. They're lining up in the Wildcat. Let's see what they have dialed up for this one. Direct snap. And this was just a low man wins battle right on the doorstep of the goal line, and the defense comes up with the stop.
Now, Florida Atlantic.
Lining up in the Wildcat. Let's see what they've got. Quarterback making checks. Back has it. And he'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Black Knights! An impressive, long, methodical, meticulous drive ends in points.
They just matriculated the ball down the field, didn't they, Reese? So impressive. Didn't see a lot of explosive plays, but how about the execution? Running and throwing the football. Wow.
Extra point here will give them the lead. And the extra point puts them on top by 1. 76 yards on the drive for the touchdown, and they capped it off with a 1-yard run. They're ready to kick it away, and this crowd is buzzing after that last score. He'll start the return inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Florida Atlantic takes over again, and the Owls offense will go back to work. They had to settle for the chip shot field goal last time, Jesse. They'd love for this one to pay off bigger.
Yeah, it just comes down to execution, too. Did a nice job out in the field, stalled a little bit once they got down to the goal line, so they just need to be a little bit more crisp here, Dave.
Yeah, and listen, I think the first part was the most important part. You got to put the drive together first to get down there. Now, when we get down there, focus on execution and getting 6 points.
They'll go to the air on 2nd and short. Makes the grab. It's Hawkins. They'll move the chains after he gets it to the 43-yard line. Wants to go up top on 1st down. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on 1st down. 2nd down coming.
Well, that's one the offense would love to have back. That's a play they practice over and over and over. They feel like they can run that play in their sleep, not able to connect there.
Right back up top on 2nd and 10. Well, the offense looks as if they fell on the fumble, and they'll keep the ball. The defense calls the timeout, and that's their last one of the half.
Man, those are backbreakers. Defensively, you get so excited. You force the fumble, I'm going to get a turnover, and the offense fouls.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. Unleashes one deep. It's broken up and almost intercepted on that shot to the end zone. It'll be 4th down. Florida Atlantic decides to punt it away. The punter going to get his first work of the afternoon. Gets off his first one of the day. He was called on 5 times in the victory last week. He gets a block. Running through contact. The speed, the shiftiness, the elusiveness, all on display in that sweet return there. Army has it back in the offense ready to go. And with the ball in a spot like this, David, they might try to get something on the board before the break.
Oh, great opportunity to be aggressive. Find those couple plays you like. Push the ball down the field. At least try to get a field goal here, Palmer.
That's it, David. Just a couple of 1st downs here could be enough to steal 3 points before this half is over.
False start of offense.
The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Might be changing the route. Here's the snap, looking to throw. With the catch, it's Sharp. Didn't pick up a lot there, moved it forward just a few. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Back to throw, time running short in the half. Blasted as he lets it go.
Well, the offensive line has got to give him at least a little bit of time to survey the field. He had no chance that time, getting hit almost immediately after he got the ball.
They'll have just enough time to get one more snap before the half. On on 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. Throws toward the end zone. Intercepted. A first-half turnover can swing momentum. And he's dragged down after the interception, and that's how we'll close out the first half. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update.
Guys, who's had a better seat there in West Point for an entertaining first half than you? And talk about a first half for the dude in that backfield. That coaching staff has been giving rave reviews on a weekly basis. And through 2 quarters today, he's been a complete game changer. He's breaking the will of this defense, and that's something that's just very tough to quantify. And with that, let's send it back to the guys along the banks of the Hudson inside venerable Michie Stadium.
All right, Kevin, about ready to get things cranked back up here. On the run from inside his own 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Florida Atlantic has the ball back, and the offense will try to put together a drive. If they're going to get on top in this game, they're going to have to find a way to get the running game going in the second half.
Agree, so it can create some more balance, some more unpredictability. I feel like this defense has got a good beat on what they're doing, especially if they don't mix it up a little bit. So I do look for a little second half running the football ball right of this group.
And I think the thing, Dave, is they just got to be more physical. I don't think this is a scheme question about trying different run plays. I think it's up to the big fellas up front. They've just got to make the decision that they're going to be tougher here in the second half so that they can win this game.
Caught near the sticks. It's Ridley. Just what they were looking for to get this drive rolling. They're out to the 35.
All right, defense, you got to turn the page. You just gave up an explosive play through the air, but here comes the offense going quickly. You got to get lined up now and get ready for another one.
Unloads to the wideout. Lost the defense. He's wide open. They finally get him on the ground, but he's got an explosive play for the first down.
He's been a matchup problem all season long. Defenses just don't know how to solve the puzzle. And with that last catch, over 500 yards receiving now on the year for him.
It's caught. They stop him just a link or two short of the first. And, man, what they can do on second down here.
You know, that's a great job by the receiver on that curl route. There's a lot of receivers that finish the route and they just stop. And that allows the DB to close the gap and then knock the ball away. Nice job by that receiver continuing to come back to his QB.
Awesome job. Run the football, right? It's really basic. Go to those plays you know can get you first downs, get you some extra set of downs, then you can go make big plays.
Florida Atlantic will go to work with a fresh set of downs. Off the play fake on first down. He caught it. Who gives a hoot? The Owls do. It's a touchdown. They take the lead with the 6.
Really nice job working the route, getting himself open. He was able to locate the football, snag it out of the air, and this guy now has 5 receiving touchdowns.
Looking, trying to escape, cannot. The sack forks the 2-point try.
19-14.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The Cadets have it back as Army goes back on offense. Power football with the run. Not much doing there. He gets it to the 26, a gain of 1.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Fires to the big fella. Turning it on! And they'll pick up the first down and mark it at the 47.
Well, I know the tight end did some good things after the catch, but got to give the quarterback credit, too, for the location of the throw. Because he put it out in front of his big man, he was able to make the catch and accelerate, creating some distance there between him and the defense.
Here comes the offense on 1st and 10 from the 47. Makes the grab. And they bring him down quickly, but a good gain there. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. The Black Knights with myriad options after that big pickup on 1st down. Wants to fire on 2nd down. Got a man, it's Williams. He's brought down at the 41-yard line. It's a pickup of 5 and enough for a 1st down.
When you get man-to-man coverage and you're running that curl, I got to sell him deep. I got to get a little bit of space where I can make him thinking I'm running deep, and then I sit down real quick. QB, wide receiver on the same page, 1st down.
And they'll bring him to the ground after a short gain. Got 3 on 1st down. It's 2nd and 7. Looking to fire. Got rid of it quickly, but it's incomplete.
Well, no surprise there on defense, right? You know the QB is going to be trying to target this guy. Nice job in coverage, forcing that incompletion.
They couldn't make the connection on 2nd down. Now a 3rd and 7 to keep the drive alive. From the gun, wants to pass. It's complete. He gets it oh so close to the 1st down marker, but I think he's going to be a touch short. How about that defense rising up and stopping him short on 4th down? The Florida Atlantic offense will return to the field.
I like it. This defense plays aggressive on 4th and short, and they are rewarded. Figured they would run the football. They did. Nice job getting some penetration and stopping that 4th down play.
Looking downfield on 1st down. Missed receiver there. It's incomplete. What will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? Back to pass. The screen, he's got wheels. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup. Florida Atlantic races to the line. On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Just a Baryshnikov-like move on the sideline to tap that toe and get the 1st down.
And that's a huge 3rd down by the offense there. It's 3rd and long. You've got to lead, not by a lot. Quarterback, though, very poised. Reads the coverage, throws it in rhythm, and you stay on the field.
Turning on the Jets. He's at the touchdown, Florida Atlantic. Once he got a step, it was all over, right to the house.
Well, when you've got a quarterback that has this type of ability, there's no question what your strategy is going to be week in, week out, right? They want to throw the football. They want to hurt you with their ability to push it downfield through the air. 3 passing TDs in this one already.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And after the extra point, they're on top by 12. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Guys, you can make a good case. This is the game of the week in the Big 12. BYU is currently trailing, but this has been a back-and-forth affair. If that quarterback can find a little magic a la Ty Detmer, this might not be over just yet. It's a tight one right now. They're trailing by only 5 to Arizona. We'll circle back if anything changes in this interesting Big 12 matchup. Back to you guys.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. Making side adjustments here. They're going to open this drive with a pass. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
Love the physicality of this secondary on defense. That defender got to the football, was able to separate the receiver from the ball, and did it legally. Beautiful job.
This time it's complete. When a defense is in zone coverage, Jesse, they want to react. How do you react to a howitzer coming out like that one?
Not much you can do because this guy's got a cannon. You saw all...
Breaks into the open. They'll get it to the 48. No need to measure. It's a first down. And the Black Knights come to the line with a new set of downs.
The defense has got to be more physical up front. Don't let them have those running lanes, those holes to break off a nice run, get a first down. And here's the thing, you better reload quick because they're right back on the line to call another play.
Across the 25, he's got room. Touchdown, Army! Made the grab and then did the rest himself, and they put points on the board.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the time to be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone. That was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
On the move from inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Florida Atlantic takes over again, and the Owls offense will go back to work. They're still holding the lead, but hoping to flex a little muscle on this drive. Out of the chute, quick toss to the right. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short gain there. The Owls come to the line in the hurry-up.
Ooh, and that was close for the offense. They try to go wide receiver screen. They're counting on that receiver beating that defender.
And the quarterback is knocked down back at the 13.
And I think if you're the head coach here, you've kind of got mixed reviews on your passing attack so far because, yes, you've thrown for a bunch of yards and you've thrown a couple touchdowns, but you've also given up 4 sacks now. Pass protection has not been great, even though they've got the lead in this game.
On 3rd and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. Their pass not closes. He got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up 4th down. Florida Atlantic will have to send out the punt team. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. He only needs a sliver of daylight. That's a perfect example of not settling for a fair catch. Pick up whatever yardage you can and help out the offense. Army has it back and the offense ready to go. Took the last drive in for a touchdown. They'll try to do it again on this one. This offense has it with really good field position. They'll come out on this drive and let it rip. Back open in the middle. And he's brought down after a nice gain. They're in the red zone. 1st and 10 from the 20. Gets the back moving. Looking to throw on 1st down. Just missed on the connection. Incomplete. Backed up now. Here's 2nd and long. Wants to go up top. Fires to the tight end. That completion takes them down to the 7-yard line, and they are ready to strike. That throw and catch, a really good example of why coaches don't want a quarterback to get stuck on a particular target, isn't it, David?
Yep, that's exactly right. Find the guy who's open because you got so many guys that have so much speed.
Trying to rumble in. Touchdown, Black Knights! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
And it's not an accident. They're featuring this guy. His 2nd receiving touchdown of the game. That's your job as a coach. Find my playmakers, get them the ball so they can do damage and have games like this right here.
Up by 1. They're going to try to get the deuce here and make it a field goal lead. Snap to the back. He will not get there. Brought down at the 1, and the 2-point try is no good. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And he takes this from inside the 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. So they start this drive from inside their own 20 at the 19-yard line. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. And the quarterback is knocked down back at the 13. Guys, it is Army who carries the lead into the quarter break. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. Here comes the 4th. Time to see who steps up, who makes the winning plays to take home that W. They had a chance to mull things over, and let's see how they start the final period here on 2nd down. Looking to fire. That's caught. It's Terrell. And they pick up just a few on that completion.
Again, this is a running back that can hurt you running it between the tackles, and he's dangerous out in space. They like to throw it to him out on the perimeter as he picks up a couple of yards there.
Looking for a deep man. Pulls it in down the sideline. They make the stop, but a big pickup thanks to the big arm from this senior quarterback.
And, man, this quarterback has had a day. With that pass, he goes over 300 yards on the day. Really nice job executing, putting up some yards today. Pretty good day for the young man.
And after having a nice game like that on first down, if you're the offensive coordinator here, maybe you're thinking about being aggressive and taking a shot. Because even if it's incomplete on 2nd down.
Oh, he's got some space. On the sweet spin, and he's free. He was loose and setting sail, and they stop him at the 6-yard line. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. They ripped off a huge chunk, and now a little chunk is needed to pay it off. Keeping it on the ground on 1st and goal. Touchdown, Owls! And they've moved out front here in the 4th.
And this offense really showing their physicality, running the football when it matters in the 4th quarter.
The offense pops it up, and they were on the move. A fortuitous turn of events to keep possession of that one. They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Slips through the line. He's on the loose. There he goes. Open it up. They won't get him. It's a touchdown. Boy, nothing electrifies a stadium quite like a return for a touchdown.
It's always so exciting because you don't see them very often. You got to go so many yards, 80, 90 yards at a time. What a great job by the returners, showing the speed, providing the electricity. There's a reason they're all jacked up, and it's because of that awesome kickoff return.
They'll line up to go for 2. Direct snap. Into the end zone. The 2-point conversion is good, and now they're up by a field goal. Those opportunities, those returns like that can be such game changers, and everyone was right on point, and he took it to the house. Florida Atlantic has the ball back, and the offense will try to put together a drive. The give to the running back from the shotgun. Good, solid run on that one as he gets it up to the 33-yard line. And the Owls are in the hurry-up.
And the offense has a little bit of success, and what do? They push that turbo button right back on the line, ready to run another play.
Got his man downfield. There he goes. And he was off to the races, and he gets it to the 45. This offense lines up feeling awfully good after that big play. Got it behind the line. It's Quigley. And he was able to run through one tackle, but still only a modest gain. Up-tempo for the offense. Looks as if they didn't get it off in time. It'll be a delay of game. The offense couldn't get the snap off in time, and it'll cost them. Offense gets set for second down. Trying play action. Can't make the grab. Quarterback just missed him a little bit.
You know, it's a good decision by the QB because his intended target wasn't open, so throw it out of bounds, and you can live to play another day here on this drive.
A touch out of field goal range. They need to pick up yards quickly on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Caught over the middle. It's Collins. They are on the move as they pick up the first down. They'll spot it at the 28.
And it's on third downs like this. If you want to attack the middle of the field, you got to look for the tight end. Really nice route. Great job looking that football in. You can tell this quarterback really has a lot of confidence when he's in the pocket. Look, big fella, and they're able to hook up there.
Plenty of work to do here on second and long. Wants to throw again. Throws to the wideout. He caught it. They make the tackle just outside the end zone. Be first and goal from the 1.
He came into this year with big expectations. Everybody expecting him to stat it up. And now with that last completion, he's already over 2,000 yards passing for the season.
Touchdown, Owls. And with that, they move out front here in the 4th.
And this is a running back, guys, that gets better as the game goes on. Here we are late in this one, and he's still breaking off big runs. Impressive, making people miss, showing you the speed. And that touchdown gives his team the lead.
Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Interesting matchup this week in the Big 12 today. In fact, they're all interesting this season. BYU is currently trailing, but this has been a back-and-forth affair. If that quarterback can find a little magic a la Ty Detmer, this might not be over just yet. They're trailing by 12 to Arizona. We'll circle back. If anything big happens, you should know about it. This one, the Big 12, or anywhere else in college football.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Defense there to stop him after a gain of 1 to the 22.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
Here's a heat. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
And finally, the defense is able to get some pressure on this quarterback. They have been trying all game long different ways to affect him. Weren't able to get there. But on that play, because of the pressure, it affected his accuracy.
Turning it on. He'll have enough to move the chains. It's first down at the 38. The Black Knights come to the line with a fresh set of downs. They'll go back to the ground. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. Back to pass. Got it in the middle. It's Sharp. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down.
Well, the drag routes put in this playbook to fight against man-to-man coverage. So there you see the receiver using his speed, working his way across the field. He gets separation on the DB, trying to trail him, makes the catch, turns it upfield for the first.
And the Black Knights are on the move. Leaves it with the back. And how about the efficiency on that one? It'll bring up 2nd and 4.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
The Black Knights in a good spot here with 2nd and short. A run for the quarterback. Hauled down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down.
If I'm building an offense in today's football, it's not around a quarterback that can't. I'm going to find an athlete that I can give the ball, because defensively, it starts to limit your coverages. It starts to limit what I can do. It makes me play the quarterback every single play. Just makes your job as a defensive coordinator extremely hard.
And the Black Knights back to the line on first down. Let's see if they keep leaning on this running game. Leaves it with the back. They pick up half of it. It'll be 2nd and 5.
Well, the interesting thing about a run here trailing late is the defense isn't expecting it. That's the good news. Bad news, though, is you're still trailing. You need to score quickly, which means you need to be throwing the football right now.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Softened him up with a run, and now to throw. Got his man. Really nice job there by both guys to throw and the catch, to work that defense and get the first down. That big pickup on what they call the drag route, but if you hit it on time, you can hit the turbo boosters.
And you've got to be accurate on the throw too, Reese. Nice job by the QB there, putting it out in front of his receiver to make an easy catch and then advance it.
The Black Knights didn't start this drive with great field position, but they have moved methodically down the field. He bullies his way all the way down to the 5-yard line.
And that's luxury for this offense to be in right now. They don't have to be in so much of a hurry. They can still run the football, be successful. Great chance right here knocking on the door to take the lead.
It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Here's the handoff. Can't quite cross the plane to get the 6, but they'll have the first down. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. And a touchdown here would not only give them the lead, but in the 4th quarter, that ramps up the pressure. To give to the big fullback. Grinding and churning close to the goal line, but he'll be stopped inches short.
And you got to use a timeout right now after that run play. You've got 3 in your back pocket. You can't take them with you. You're losing this game right now, so take all the time you can to make sure that your quarterback and your head coach and play caller are all on the same page.
They'll try to blast their way in. Touchdown, Army! And they grab the advantage, taking the lead here in the 4th. They get the timeout called, 11 seconds remaining to play.
Well, and the offense shows you what they're made of. They're scoring the touchdown. They take the lead with only seconds to go, and now it's on the defense to ice this thing when they take the field.
And he puts it down the middle, and the lead is 3 here in the final period. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll take a knee. It's a touchback save every second he can as they try to put together this final drive. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Wants to throw on first down. Wide open downfield. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they have a first down at the 43. They'll get the timeout with 5 seconds remaining to play. Got to get everybody lined up quickly. Time winding away, and they've got to push the ball down the field. They'll get the timeout with 5 seconds remaining to play. He's trying to get them set quickly. They have to get the ball into field goal range. To the air on first down. Bringing the heat. He's going to take off. Got the first himself. They'll bring him down as he bulks up those numbers, but not the most important one as they'll come up short in this game. You want to talk about building confidence? Coming through with clutch plays, making the winning plays at the right time can really set the course for the rest of the season.
Yeah, Reese, maturity and experience matters, and this team has guys that have played a lot of snaps. They've seen a lot of looks, and they've lost close games like this in the past. That wasn't the case today, David. Too many guys out there making big-time plays.
And I think belief is what you build. That confidence. You know you're going to win. You don't think you're going to win. You know you're going to make that play in the big moment that continues to build on week-to-week success. And you look up and you're like, dang, we strung a couple wins together.
That will put the wrap on things from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. You've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football.